one of the big issues, obviously, around all of healthcare and health issues are privacy issues, and it's been one of the reasons it's been difficult to get online information. You're giving people a great deal of information about themselves. How is that protected, and why should we trust you to? You look nice, but
Well, we take that very seriously,
Mhm.
and we have privacy policies, and we're setting up infrastructure and using the latest technology to ensure privacy as much as we can.
Mhm.
That said, we live in the times of uncertainty sometimes about what people
Right.
can do to get access to information.
Right.
But certainly, everything we can, we are doing to ensure that.
I guess the idea is, can you hack, even getting this information puts it out there, even no matter how much you protected, the government could come in and take it from, or insurance companies, or.
Yeah, we do a lot to actually make sure that anything associated with your name is actually separated from your genotype.
Mhm.
So the government, if for some reason there was a subpoena, we would do everything we could to fight that subpoena for
Mhm.
it. We also cannot, at the end of the day, guarantee that if you sent us a sample, that sample actually came from you.
Right.
So
Because it's done through the mail.
Right.
And we're not there watching a person provide
So
us
someone
a
else could be
sample.
spitting, for example.
Someone else could be
Yeah.
spitting, and it could be under your credit card, and it could be under
Right.
your name. So there's a level you can't actually guarantee that.
Mhm.
Your genetic information in and of itself, I mean, if I found you and I was able to match that specifically to you, I could find it. But it's hard if I just get your list of A's, G's, and T's, what exactly would I want to do with that?
Well, can you find the actual person based on this spit that you have? I mean, that you can actually locate you can start to identify. That's the whole frightening part of it, the idea
Yeah.
of being able to locate and find people.
Yeah, you could get, if you somehow were able to hack into someone's file, and then you went and you at first had no idea who that person was, but then
Right.
you somehow found this person and you got their saliva and matched
Right.
that up.
Right.
It seems pretty,
It's
it just
It's what
doesn't seem
people are
like that
scared
was
of. It's what, I
happening.
mean,
Yeah.
this whole huge amount of information, I think privacy is going to be the biggest issue
I
going
think that
forward.
this is going to be an area similar to banks. People
Right.
had hesitancy about doing banking online, and
Right.
I think it's going to be the same. Like people
Right.
will initially be hesitant about this, and we're spending a lot of time focusing on security
Right.
and privacy and how can we enable. Some people are going to want different levels of privacy. We get a lot
Right.
of people who come to us who say, "I have no fear of my genetic information being out there. I'm going to put it all publicly out
Right.
there." And we get other people who say, "I just want this to be for me." And
Right.
the role of 23andMe is to enable
Right.
all those different privacy levels. So we spend a lot of time understanding what the banking system has done.
Right.
How are they been able to really ensure your privacy of all your banking information? We
Mhm.
want to apply a lot of that to what we've done here,
Right.
as well as a lot of additional measures, because we understand that people are really sensitive about their genetic information.
And there's a lot of genetic projects going on around the world. More about the Human Genome Project. There's all sorts of things trying to find out what's the ultimate point of it. I mean, to know how we're all related to one person, or what's the goal? I think in all this information about genetics.
I think the goal is to have a basic human understanding as to why are we the way we are,
Mhm.
and how could we actually use this information to potentially improve life.
Right.
So I think from basic living to should you be drinking caffeine, to could we actually make improvements in Crohn's disease, or could we actually identify women ahead of time at pregnancy for being at risk for gestational diabetes, things like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
So could we actually improve aspects of life by having better genetic knowledge?
And especially in pharmacogenetics, which is, drugs and how your genes
Right.
interact with drugs. That's a
Right.
huge area that we're not
Right.
making fast enough progress, and Ann and I
Right.
are very interested in moving that field forward. So
Right.
if we get a large database of people, we can start querying them.
Right.
Do you get a stomachache when you take Advil? Something simple like that, where we might be able to find the genetic basis for
Right.
something like that.
Looking for patterns. Okay. So 2 women running a company, unusual? Yes, in Silicon Valley.
Yes.
Yes.
Very, very unusual.
Yeah. How do you like that?
We love it.
All right.
It's fun to interview, and it's fun to interview other women who
Right.
come in and realize that we're not just a front end.
Right.
We are the people behind the
Right,
company, and
right.
we think we've built a really strong team with the men and women who
Right,
joined us. It's
right.
really, I think
Right.
we're very excited.
Yeah, it's incredibly diverse, Silicon Valley, isn't it? It's like white guy, white guy, white guy, white guy, occasional woman,
Right.
person
Yeah.
of color, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and this is a genetics company where you're looking for diversity, presumably. I mean, that's the whole.
I'd say we actually have done. We focus a lot on trying to bring in a diverse group, because we want to. Similar to how we want our product
Right.
to be,
Right.
represent all the different diversities.
Right.
We want our employees to. The more diverse our employee base is, I think the better our product will
Now,
be.
quickly explain 23andMe, the name.
You have 23 pairs of chromosomes.
Right.
So we wanted to have a name that was going to be fun, that
Right.
connected it to you. And essentially,
Right.
this is about your 23 pairs of chromosomes and you.
All right, let me hear about each of your interesting chromosomes. Tell me one thing you found out. You've spat, and you've
Yes.
found out something interesting.
Well, one thing for me is I have twins, and I found out that they have very similar genetics when it comes to their, it's called the HLA region, but that's
Right.
where you look to see if people are compatible for sharing organs.
I
And
see.
They, or, you know, they have immune systems that are compatible. And
Right.
I found out that my twins are, but my older son is not similar to either one of them.
Oh,
So
interesting.
you learn interesting things like that,
Mhm.
that do shed some light on.
What about for you?
I've learned very interesting things about how I'm related to my siblings.
Really?
Yeah.
Such as?
I thought you were talking about your husband.
We could do that too. No, in order to maintain our privacy.
Yes.
Oh, nothing. You don't like cucumbers. You don't like anything. Anything? Come on. Give me a little genetic information, Anne.
I'm not. I don't have the potential to really be. I don't have the fast twitching muscle, so I can't really be a spectacular sprinter.
Ah, a
She's-
disappointment
she's
for
hung
you.
up her cleats.
Right.
my
And you?
cleats.
Something that you can or can't do?
Oh, I'm even worse in the sprinting genes. Than I am.
Really?
I'm definitely not a sprinter.
Really?
Yeah,
What
but
about
I'm also not lactose intolerant, so I can drink as much.
Excellent.
Milk
And
as I
you?
like.
I am not lactose intolerant.
proclivity toward
So
obesity?
we-
Anything like that?
No.
No,
No?
we've been pretty,
We've been-
kind of boring
Right.
genetically.
Really? Boring genetically. Terrific. Thanks, you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.